welcome inside Burke Memorial Field. It may be the last day of September, but it might feel a little more like October as Morristown-Beard will host an undefeated Newtown Braves team on homecoming. Good evening, everybody, and welcome on the Strive Network. I'm Rob Grace, and we're going to bring you field hockey from Morristown. It is very windy here tonight, and it should be one of those things where it's not necessarily going to be too much of a bite. It might be more of a case of cooling the players off. Just walk the field down there to get a grip on things, get also a few lineups for you. And it didn't seem too bad, too cold down there, but as the sun goes down, even though there are clouds, it shall get much cooler. Both teams now ready with the meeting with the officials, and while they do that, let's just get into a little bit more about these two teams. We have first we'll go with the home team. It'll be for the coach's corner. It's Kate Alderman in her second season as head coach. She's from Brunel University over across the pond in England, and before becoming head coach, she was an assistant here from 2008 to 2011. And she's also a wellness teacher, and she's also the dean of the class of 2017. And as you can also see, she helped coach the team to 2 prep championships in 09 and 11 as an assistant. She also had quite a bit of success as a player in her native England, played in the South of England Premier Division. So we'll now head over to one of the key players, and it's none other than the leading goal scorer and leading point getter, Alyssa Mancini, leading the team in goals with 4 and 4 assists as well for a total of 12 points. And as you can also see, the Gillette, New Jersey native is committed to play at Colgate University. Now going over some of the power rankings as well for Morristown-Beard in their respective conference, the non-public North. They are in 5th of 10 teams. Oaknoll, of course, up top, 5-1, while Montclair Kimberly is in 2nd. Ken Place in 3rd, and 4th is Mount St. Dominic. You look at the records, well, they're not much different. 5-1, 5-2, separated by just a few. They are tied, Morristown-Beard as that is, with Montclair Kimberly in losses, but they do have 2 fewer wins. Thus, they are 10 points below their next opponent at 52.5. Also taking a look at the opponent, the Newtown Braves have so far an overall record of 7-0. They are undefeated, and that is one thing I asked Coach Alderman about. Well, it is homecoming, but you have an opponent that is quite good. She said that, yeah, they're a good team. It is homecoming, that is, and we are pumped up. So that will play into it, as will the temporary lighting that you may see. That's that hum that you hear in the background. And players are going to take the field. Why don't we go through the starting lineups first for the home side, Morristown-Beard. The Crimson are going to start off with a return of their captain, or one of the two actually, Victoria Palisetti, back from a preseason injury. The senior will start tonight. And of course, as we mentioned, Alyssa Mancini is starting as well. Lauren Conway, Bella Cuomo, another senior with 2 goals herself, she starts. Samantha Chanzit, second on the team in goals with 3. She is also a senior and starting tonight. Jasmine Shepard with a goal and 3 assists for a total of 5 points. As well, Kelly Tatuli, another key player who scored in their last matchup with 3 goals and 2 assists for 8 points. Also have Katie Wright in goal, or correction, that is getting my teams mixed up. It is Jenna Pitch and then Samantha Hutchinson. Devin Blanchard is in goal for Morristown-Beard, and we are underway. In the middle it will be Morristown-Beard with it, and you hear the atmosphere already. Going to try to pounce on the game early, and they will attack here, and they bring it deep down in towards that penalty area, the dangerous spot, and there's a violation in there by the defending team, so it will be a short corner for Morristown-Beard. You see all the defenders will head to the goal line, while it will be Cuomo to send that ball to the top of the half circle. surveys and is going to roll it down along the ground. It's skipping about just a bit and having a shot there is Chance it, and then there's another whistle, and it appears we will try that again. So right now the Crimson are pouncing on it early with a very nice tempo here in the opening minutes. Once again, Cuomo surveys, coming down, settling it down, and now they'll play it back towards the middle of the field. Chance it. Now there's a battle there, and it got tangled in between 2 feet, and it will be going the other way as we'll quick to restart, and a little bit too quick at that. Irvy just hit that ball, and it was behind one of the midfielders running up the near side. So now it'll be back towards Morristown-Beard, played in by Katie Wright. On the near side now, Weiss. One of 2 Weisses, twin sisters for these Braves. Starting tonight as well. Jasmine Luciani has to go back and get that ball so they can continue play here. There's no spare balls around here, at least along the playing lines. So that'll slow things up just a little bit. Now it's intercepted in the middle of the field. Morristown-Beard sharing majority of possession. It's been all in their offensive half so far. They're going to continue to do that now as Cuomo attacks, and she loses control of it. A very nice play, though, by Luciani. There's Jasmine Luciani. She's also got a sister on the team, Jade. Now, at the other end, back defending is Conway. Along that far side, it's quite a battle. Now they'll send it back in. The Braves do. Now up towards the top of the circle and stumbling around, losing her footing, and unable to get a clean shot on net. I believe that was Olivia Weiss. So now it'll be a long free hit from the near side corner. The Braves are in the maroon colored outfits, I should say, as in case you didn't know, field hockey players on the girls' side, although the men's game isn't necessarily as popular here in the States as it is in Europe, the ladies wear skirts. The home Crimson are in white. Now they're going to try to clear their own attacking area, and I think that was got the wrong side of the stick here against Newton, but Morristown will take it. They're going to try to loft it. There's a stick up above the shoulder. It doesn't get called, though. That is legal to a degree. It doesn't really matter if it's a dangerous play or not. Jordan Coiro feeds it up forward, up that far left side, and it goes out of play. Big hit there by Conway, trying to get that ball up towards the attacking third of the line for the Crimson. Far side battle now right in front of the bench of the Crimson, and it again getting through traffic very nicely. There is Shepard. Now violation. I believe it got a little illegal contact there, a little obstruction. And now quickly restarting it are the Braves. Emily Weiss goes 1v1 with Chanzit, who can't keep it in play, so it will be headed back towards the goal. Rizzo going to send that ball in one time there by Hervey. Now in the middle, bouncing ball in the circle is going to come to the stick of one of the Crimson, who's going to deliver it off to a teammate to get that ball out of harm's way. Cini in the middle, right in the logo, is going to backtrack just a little bit and try to get an overlap, and that ball's headed with too much juice down the far side and out of play. It'll be headed back for a free hit on the out-of-bounds play by Emma Orabal. Retrieves it. Ball set along the blue lines. We are using the football field. So there's quite a bit of lines, but the color blue is what matters. There's that homecoming spirit you hear. The student section has appeared on the right side of the bleachers here at Burke Memorial Field. Far side free hit. Try to play it from the far corner. It goes over the end line, and it will be a ball for the Crimson with another free hit. So Crimson had started off with a very high tempo, playing in front of the net, which is always a key. Just never know what it's going to do. Shoot the ball. Maybe you'll get a deflection. Maybe it'll work. Decide to play it long. Massini winds up tripping one of her opponents. That was Jasmine Luciani. She fell to the deck and draws the foul. Now the restart. Can't quite get it going though. It's been back and forth. But now it seems that the Braves are starting to take over. Now along the near side, it's Katie Wright trying to hand it off for pitch. Not there though. Now loose ball picked up by Cuomo. She's got a little bit of room to work with, but again, just as quickly as I say it, it closes up and we're going the other way again. Jansit runs into a body and then is able to get the ball over to Cuomo, a teammate. Some close combat here, and now claims to be a push by the official on the near side. Didn't look like there was he had an obstructed view and he saw a push there, and then this time it's the other way. It was a collision that sends Cuomo to the deck. Chance it, now back pass. Is it gonna hit long for Palazzetti? The anchor of that back line for Crimson. Now along the far side. Now we'll have a free hit here as there's a foul there, now in the middle. Cuomo back, trying to reverse the stick and try a little backhander, although you can't use that side of the stick. Just twist it inside your hands and then hit it the other way. That's how you hit it left-handed if you're right-handed. Takes a strange bounce, and now it'll be a short corner for Morristown-Beard. The third one here in the first 10 minutes of this game. Ball's rolled around, going to be set up, and it took a little bit of a bounce, a little further more off the stick, and now the shot is too high. Does the violation. It will be a free hit for Newton. Now the hit, and now trying to get a little bit creative was Massini, trying to sort of hide in the peripherals and deflect that ball back into her possession. Instead, it's just back played. But quickly recovering though, and now another stepped on stick and trip. Cuomo gets called for it. Now a redirect up forward. It's just too much on it though. It's going to be Conway to dig it on out of there, and hits it long, and it'll go out right in front of her own bench. So 10 minutes gone, no score. Pretty even so far. 3 short corners for the home side, Morristown-Beard on homecoming. Now a long shot, and that's always going wide. As Devin Blanchard put her arm up even before that really got within her reach. Just let that go, and it'll be free hit for Morristown-Beard. The hit and the golf swing. Little line drive along skipping along the turf. Winds up in the middle, bouncing around. Now another battle. Results in a whistle. Held by Newton. Big whack, and that went up in the air. Don't think that was the intention, though. We play on as regardless. Emily Weiss with it, tries to feed it inside the box, trying to find her teammates, or twin sister for that matter, the ultimate teammate. And there was a shot that was fanned on, and now recovering and getting that ball out of the danger spot was Shepard, but only temporarily. Now there's a foul, and there'll be a quick restart. Deflection brings that ball up in the air. It squirts free to the stick of one of the Crimson, and now Newtown able to recover. Now bouncing ball again, and no goal. That went in the net. It was off of a foot, I believe. So another free hit for Morristown-Beard. Now it was touched, and quickly trying to pounce on it there is that attacker up top, Katie Barbado. Scored the only goal, the sophomore with the winning goal last time out in a 1-0 win, and there's one bounced off, and that one won't count either. So it'll be a free hit, had a couple go in, but not legally. So first 5 minutes belonged to Morristown-Beard. We'll hold that thought as that one comes close to the circle. The defenders retreat back there and win themselves a free hit. First 5 minutes, as I said, belonged to the Crimson. Then Newton sort of found their feet, and then were able to put some pressure on, and it really has still come. Now here's a shot and a goal, I believe. Now it looks like it's going to be, well, the clock's going to stop. The officials are going to talk this over. Initially, it looked like it may have deflected. It looked like it had come off the stick. Didn't really change direction at all. As you can see in the replay, it's kind of inconclusive, and that one's not going to count. The play will continue. So a strange situation there. I've had several balls end up in the back of the net, but it just isn't enough to count anyway. Cuomo off to Tatuli, her first touch of the match. She's also a goal scorer in Monday's overtime winner. 3-2, feet getting in there, looking for a redirect in. Mancini got a stick on it, but it went the other direction as intended. So violation inside the circle. That's going to be a free hit now, and we'll head back down towards the defensive half of Morristown-Beard. Cuomo running with it now, is trying to have some fancy stick work. They say you have to have soft hands in ice hockey. Well, field hockey, your margin for error is a lot greater. Not much room to play or dribble the ball, if that. You can only do it with one side. Now loose ball in the middle. And looked like the attack was going to get started, but stepping in, impeding the progress, that is Palizzetti. Looks like she hasn't missed a beat since sitting out the regular season so far, up to this point. All 7 games missed due to injury. Just short of halfway in the first half. And we have a timeout taken just before that point. So, going to step aside for a second, and we'll be right back with more here on Strive Network. And coming out of the timeout, 15:34 to go in the first half. No score here between Morristown-Beard and Newton for the homecoming match for field hockey on this Wednesday night. Starting to look a lot more like October, and we're just a few hours there. Now here's an advantage played after a loose stick goes wide, and there's a loose ball. Thought it went out of play, but in the end, it ends up somehow staying out of the Crimson goal. Still loose, though. Tracking it is Weiss. Sends it in, but it missed all bodies. There's so many sticks in there, if it hits one of them, it may go back into the back of the net. For about the fifth time, question is whether or not it would be legal. It's gone in nearly that much, but they've all been illegal touches. So now trying to counter now are the Crimson. They've got bodies forward in the middle. Defenders have retreated, though, for the Braves. Cuomo with her back to her defender coming up towards the circle, and she ends up, I don't think she intended to bank that off of her marker, but she did. Off of Jasmine Luciani. And chans it now with receives it off the restart. And here's Maddie Carroll with the ball after suffering a concussion. Now quick giveaway by Palizzetti. The two captains don't quite cooperate right there as ball kind of bounced around on them. Now countering are the Braves. Loose ball. And there will be a short corner or a penalty stroke. Hard to tell what the referee or the umpire in this case would be pointing at. Points to the far side short corner, so it will be the first for the Crimson Braves. They come from the far side at the top of the circle, and it's deflected in front, knocked down. The defender's still in that area, and it goes in between the pads of Blanchard. There's a whistle in there, and there's a push, and that will result in another short corner. So the three defenders plus the goalkeeper, they will stand on the goal line, wait for that ball to come in. It's softly played this time to the near side. And now a redirect shot, that goes in front, and that one will go in. Hard to tell exactly who got a stick on that. It looked like it came up into the chest and was able to direct that into the back of the net, and that should give Newton, or it will give Newton, their first lead. So they will lead it 1-0 as they may have been a little slow to get going, but there's that loose one in there. That's why you just got to keep that ball loose in front. You may just have it come to your stick and you can tap it on in. So now Morristown-Beard going to regroup as they will restart the game now trailing after coming out with guns a-blazing. Looked like they were going to somehow record a tally with 3 quick short corners in the first 10 minutes. Now, a little over halfway through the first half, they give up a goal after a loose ball in front of Devin Blanchard. So now they'll have a little more urgency or a little more pep in their step, but not after Chanzik gives it away on the restart. So it comes in now. Hutchinson, the freshman, getting involved here. Over on the far side now, another loose one coming in, and Blanchard doesn't give it a second look. It'll be heading back the other way to the left side as the Crimson attack the goal to the left on your screen. 12:52 left, 1-0 your score as Newton leads Morristown-Beard here at Burke Memorial Field. Ball along the far side, now this time in front of the Newton bench, and that rolls out. And looked like one of the shoes got cut, or caught, that is, in the middle of the turf. Either way, It'll be Morristown ball. A little swiped at. It's stepping in the path, though. But then wasting that opportunity to clear is Irvy. So now Chanzit will reset the ball down on the blue line on the near side. She's going to pop this one up. It's knocked down in the air, and that had to have gone off Irvy's hand, but instead will go the other way. So that fluttering ball just didn't quite reach the target as Chanzit intended. Now she's going to try to recover and bring that ball back forward. Instead, it's Pitch who at least draws the violation, and right at the halfway line, it will be going the other way. Hutchinson going to send it long. Far side now, it's taken, and now another golfing drive up the middle. Winds up just at the back of the defense for Morristown-Beard, and that whack after that will wind up out after that. So now 11 minutes to go. The clock stops as that ball got away with 11:08 to be precise here in the first half. So if you're just joining us, first it appeared that Morristown-Beard was going to get themselves an early tally, carry that homecoming atmosphere forward, and score against an undefeated team, but it just didn't happen. And then, well, that early momentum shifted the other way as Newton found some open spaces and ultimately a ball in front wound up in the net. Now play in front wound up being kicked, and now it'll be going back the other way again to the right for the Braves. So now the free hit far side. Palizzetti going to send it back into a dangerous position, and now tripping over advantage play. And here comes Emily Weiss up the middle, and she's going to run out of time as a couple defenders converge on her. Shepard in there as well. And now the ball winds up behind the goal, and that will be a free hit going back as another shot attempt. Not on target, though. Winds up behind and out. Just seems that Newton has found what they were looking for early after the pressure the valve got tightened up, so to speak. Jasmine Luciani going to send this ball back in. Although the ball's not on the line, she can restart it from there. Big swipe at the back of the feet of Chanzit. However, she ends up getting called. Hannah Irvy was going for the ball, but it just looked like it would have went the other way to the naked eye, but not the easiest thing to see. So the ball winds up out again. 9 minutes to go this time. Morristown-Beard's going to try to get back what they had started off with. The ball, possession, and short corners. A couple bad bounces resulted in them not even getting a shot on target opportunity. Far side out of play. Now it'll come back in for the restart. Far side, and the whistle was blown. I think the players wanted advantage, but the whistle will bring that restart back. Now bodies will go forward. Palizzetti will come from the back line to bring that up. And it just winds up bouncing around before falling to a Brave stick, and that will send it forward. And now got a penalty. It's going to be going against, looks like Cuomo. She'll have to sit temporarily. So now they'll be playing with 10 while it'll be a little more open for Newton. Janset digging at the feet of Emily Weiss, and she draws the violation. Quick restart. It's cleared away, but instead, back the other way it goes. Angle shot and missing the ball there on the far side. Now we'll have a substitution for Newton. Thus the delay. 7 minutes to go now. Still all Newton here in the latter half of the first half. Right up top in the middle. All bodies for the Crimson are back in that defensive third. And they're able to dig it out of there, but not for long. Coiro battling there. Whistle goes in, and then restart quick. They'll whack it and miss, and caught shins, and instead it will. That's going to draw another free hit for Newton. And instead it just winds up in the feet of the Crimson. A swipe pass, and then not sure if that was a shot or a pass. I think that looked more like a shot, though, given the trajectory of the stick. Just got the wrong part of it, and that will wind up over the end line. Another free hit. That wound up well wide, much wider than I had initially thought, so it'll come towards the near side. It'll be hit by Palizzetti. She whacks it and tries to play it all the way forward for Kelly Tatuli. She can't reach it, though. Instead, she found Jasmine Luciani. Now another foul in the middle. Ball's loose in the middle of the circle and winds up getting loose and taken out on the far side. By the way, Cuomo's back out on the field. I think. Thought I saw her in there, but I must be mistaken. And now, from behind, Massini got a little over anxious, caught the back of the heels of Emily Weiss. She tumbles to the ground, and that will result in a free hit. Now Cuomo in the middle, trying to find the far side runner. It just seems like those counterattacks just aren't working. Under 5 to go here in the half. Sticking a leg out is Chansit. And the umpire waited to see what was going to happen. Then he calls something that's a little closer to that. Inside what would be the 23-meter line. Of course, the 25-yard line is what's used for that. On a standard 100 by 60 field hockey pitch. It is called that. It's not just a soccer field. Pitch is just another word for field. Fun fact of the night. And it will be another free hit. So now, Nicole Rizzo going to send that towards the middle. Loose ball, Emily Weiss with a loose stick in there. She goes to the ground. And Connor got a stick on that. And trying to go around a running midfielder and attacking is Cuomo, and that she looked a little shaken up, stung on her right hand. Chansit going to lift that one up, trying to knock it down is Massini. She can't, though. This ball in the middle, and now it just seems that right now, if you're Morristown-Beard, try to go into the half only down by one as opposed to giving one up late. It's reached that point. Just over 3 minutes to go in the half. Emily Weiss with it tries to sneak it through the legs of Pike, and she's able to do that, but as a result, it winds up not even hitting one. I don't think it hit her. It didn't change direction. It skipped over the end line. It will be another free hit going the other way. Palazetti will tap it, then wind up and fire that one all the way down. Down the far side, it skips ahead way out of reach for Shepard. Clock still moving, even though that one got away. Will be the Braves in possession. Heading back the other way now as the whistle goes against Newton. The Crimson just looking to get another attack in, or at least the last one, without giving up a goal at the same time, and now here they may be able to do it. Massini in the middle dancing around, and so much traffic in there. The umpire blows the whistle, and chance it's going to take it in the middle. Swipes it back. Lauren Conway now getting her stick on that, and it winds up again, blocked. The openings close as just as much as they open, and now the counter by Newton goes for naught. Conway with another hit down from the far side in towards the middle. Now it comes to Tatuli, tries to swipe at it, and instead it'll be a free hit. Cuomo now in the middle, tries to elude captors or defenders. Flips the stick around to the left-hand side, tries to send the run. Instead, it winds back at her stick, and it goes off of a maroon foot. So that will be Cuomo in the middle, trying to get that. She sends a hard line drive that deflected, and I am positive that went off of one of the Braves, so it'll be corner here in the last 30 seconds, but they have to hurry. Get that ball and move it. It wound up in the back behind the goal for the spare, and now we're under 10 seconds here on the clock. The Crimson have to hustle if they're going to try to get an attempt on target, and instead they commit a violation, and that will be your half. So that's the first half. As you may have not seen if you're just joining us, the half was early dominated by Morristown-Beard. They had 3 short corners, and then the next thing you know, it was the switch came on for Newton, and they came on with guns ablaze, they had put the ball in the back of the net 5 times, except only one of those was actually legal. So that's the storyline here at the half. 1-0 Newton. Well, we'll take the halftime break and be bringing you the second half in just a little bit here on Stride Network.
How did they get so fast? You gotta tell me the secret. Man, they're looking strong this year. What have they been up to? Where you been training at? We gotta go there too. Come learn the secret to game speed for yourself at the Parisi Speed School. We are the fastest gym in the country.
back at Burke Field for field hockey between Morristown-Beard and Newton Braves. It is Newton leading by a score of 1-0. It is homecoming, and the atmosphere is ablaze. And as you can see, homecoming week continue here with a few more events for you. Volleyball will be taken on Lippany Park. That's JV and varsity, as well field hockey, as you can see right here. Today was Jersey Day in the school. Well, juniors versus seniors volleyball match will be coming up as well here on the Strive, or for the kids, that is, and here on the Strive Network. It will be the Braves who will start off the half, not allowing a goal in the first half and all season for that matter. And of course, with limited opportunities, how could you score when they keep the ball so much? Although that wasn't the case in the first half. The Crimson came out and were just all over the place in front of their attacking goal, and, well, just couldn't put it in the back of the net. Then Newton found what they were looking for. They got comfortable, and, well, there you have it. That's why you see a 1-0 lead. So now it's just a matter of finding some open gaps and hope the bounces up their way and carry momentum forward. The Crimson in white, they'll be attacking the goal to the left, while the Braves will be attacking the goal to the right. They are wearing maroon. Now Shepard near side now. She had the ball deflect off of her, and then the recovery quickly by Coiro is not going to stay on her stick. Now at the top, the strike goes in. Oh, and it's inside the post. I don't think it went in. It was definitely inside the near post. The question was, did it cross the goal line? The officials say no. And it was just very hard to see from their angle. I don't really know how much more you could see from the angle that both officials were at. Near side official, ball disappeared for him. Far side official just diagonal to it. You can't tell where the goal line is. We'll have a short corner here for Morristown-Beard, very much starting the second half like they did in the first. Cuomo going to take this one again, and the ball squirts off the stick, and send it back towards Cuomo in the middle with the centering feed, and the shot's wide. It's still loose though. The shot, oh, it's off the post, and it's kicked off, and it will be a free hit for Newton. Best chance of the match so far for Morristown-Beard. Taking a look at it again. Here's that loose ball. Hutchinson tried to get it. Massini got one in there. She almost had her 5th goal of the year, and it looked like the inside of the post was the goalkeeper, Katie O'Brien's best friend right there, bailing her out. Just a half-inch less, or a little bit more to the left, and we'd have a 1-1 game here, but instead, it's still Newton with a 1-0 lead, and now they can counter. They don't have numbers, but they have the ball going forward and trying to impede that progress on the far side. It's Jenna Pike. She's able to accomplish the goal temporarily. Now the midfielders will have to go back as well. The student section has grown just a little bit. Before it was about 2 rows deep. Now it's about 4 or 5. Down off to my right. Yours as well. Massini receives it from Cuomo. Tries to chip it past one defender, trying to get it past another instead. It's very calmly played out of danger by Jordan Pavlichin. Rorick tries to feed it again, inside again. Shepard nowhere near that. And it'll end up in the back of a soccer goal underneath the field goal. That's all the wrong ones. So the free hit is back up the middle. Couple of hits now. Overrunning it just a bit is Connor. or Carroll, excuse me. That she's able to quickly recover, though. Emily Weiss now on the far side, that far right side. Now getting the workout. Now hard to tell again if it was another shot attempt, but again, it just went the wrong direction off the stick of one of the Braves, so it will be going back the other way. Well, instead, he trying to pop that one up in the air, winds up coming back down to the stick of Cuomo, and as a result of the initial ball in the air, it will head back to the left, and now the Crimson come up with it. Cuomo beats Shepard near the far side. Has a little bit of space, but tracking her down with almost no effort at all is Orabone. Centering feed though from Shepard comes loose. And Burrowick draws a short corner. That occurred inside that half circle. Can barely see it though. It is there. The blue line's in use here on the football field. The yellow lines designate the soccer field. The blue lines are the field hockey and lacrosse lines. Cuomo sends it forward. Chanzik now sends it towards deep end. Now Mancini, I think that hit the goalkeeper. Now closing up that angle on the far post is O'Brien. Keeps all shots at bay. So 5 minutes in, 6 minutes actually, into the second half. It is Morristown-Beard defending their home turf well, and they have had 2 scoring opportunities get turned aside. Like that, then looked like somebody was chopping at the feet of the attacker, and as a result, it deflects off of one of the Brave sticks, and then our side corner. Now we'll be going the other way again after looked like it hit the wrong side of the stick, kind of handcuffed Cuomo on the run on the far side. Still in the middle though. Chances tries to go forward, and then she gets pushed. She gets a free hit her way. Gonna slow down the restart now. Now she touches it. Now we'll send it all the way back to Conway. And that hit goes right in to Kate Barbado's hand, and she is still hunched over. One in pain, the other more so, as it appears, disgusted with the call or lack thereof. So now as the ball's still in play in the middle, she's conferring with a teammate, but now we'll have to hold that conversation off for just a bit. Orabone now trying to impede Mancini, and she can't get around Pavlichin. Got that first step on that ball coming in. Mancini tried to change direction. Now at the top of the circle, the shot is deflected. Maggie O'Connell along that left side trying to feed it in. Maybe it goes off of a body and it back. So there's the midway timeout, and it appears that we'll restart. Seems that the officials need to have a conversation as the officials seem to be trying to deliver a message. Also coming up tomorrow, the Thursday's events, it's Powder Puff Football Day for the ladies. It'll also be Superhero Day. JV girls soccer and varsity, that is, they'll be traveling to Parsippany, while the JVs go to Parsippany, while varsity, both boys and girls soccer, they will be here tomorrow. There's some other events coming up. The pep rally in the main gym at 10 a.m. and then the Hall of Fame induction ceremony at 6. 7 will be football versus Butler. That all coming up on Friday during homecoming week for Morristown-Beard. Scoreboard hasn't started over here at just off to the right. Question is, when are they going to realize it? And now we have another interruption as there are coaches and trainers trying to bring the water out. And it seems that the officials are going to talk about getting the clock in order. There's 21:50 on the clock, but there was 21:52 just a moment ago. And there was more than 2 seconds of play just there. So while the clock counts down on the scoreboard here at the stadium, we are able to have it count up here. So Newton and Morristown-Beard, the action is picked up as the game has gone along. Looked like for at least in the first half, it was one team with the momentum. Now it seems to be a little bit back and forth. The pace has picked up quite a bit. And now more than 2/3 of the way through. So right in front of this impromptu student section, we'll have the restart by Newton. Just gotta wait for everybody to clear the field. And now we're playing, but on the far side. Seems that some of the coaching staff for Newton is displeased with what would have been, well, at least what they thought would have been a violation against Morristown-Beard when the ball was deflected by Kate Barbado. She's still on the field right in front of us. Chanzit tries to send that one up, and the stick goes, or the ball up in the air. Orabor knocks it down. It was below her shoulder, so it's legal. Ball winds up out, and now Conway sends it in. It's knocked down. Barbado now saves it from Curtis, or from Emily Herring, rather. Now in the middle, Orabon is trying to spring. Emily White's on a run. It's a little bit too much on her, though. Carroll back to get it. One of the two captains, two seniors, returning tonight. Didn't start the night, but she is hung tough on the left side of the back line. Far side now, and a nice stop by Carroll to get that ball under the feet of some of the bench for the Newton Braves. Not, there would have been a lot of free space for them to attack. Now the restart comes in. It's pinging and ponging in the middle before it winds up being a violation against, and a quick restart. So trying to just break that shutout streak for Newton right now. They can right there, but a very nice defensive play by Natalie Rivas. Her first defensive actions of the game in the middle. There's been not much. Get the crowd into it a little bit more. Now they'll pick their energy levels up. Here's Bella Cuomo. Down the far side, she eluded one. Shepard's behind her. She has nothing else to do but send that one forward, looking for Massini right in front of the mouth of goal, and it winds up benefiting them as it goes off of a defender and over the line. It'll be a long corner for the Crimson. Cuomo tried to take it herself, go around the defender. And now it went off her foot as she tried to turn. Trying to interrupt that battle, though, was Emma Orabone again. She did something right, draws the violation. Now they're going the other way. Now stepping in front, nice play there by Carroll on that far side. Ball winds up going out of play again. last touch by the Crimson, so it will go the other way, back to the left. So now advantage being played after a few swipes, and now trying to get out of the way is Chance. She can't, though. Like she had been hit with a rock with a slingshot from behind. So now on the near side, Morristown tries to find Irvi. Instead, Massini comes up with it. Is able to dribble her way past. It's going to be 2v2 if they hurry. Be Cuomo coming down the near side. Massini trying to take it all the way herself into the circle. It's on her foot, and some are claiming for a push, but she stepped on the ball, touches the foot. It is going to go the other way. Now another foot. It's on the end of a quick restart. Chanzit was playing like it had never stopped, as if there was no whistle. There's a little bit more aggression there now, and errant elbow winds up in the face. The lead of Morristown. Cuomo now with it. That's who committed that elbow. She stepped in to her marker and then came back. That's the violation. Now a few more back and forth tugs there. Now it'll be just swiped along. Now bouncing ball, deflection, and it's in! And it is in. We are tied up. That's the first time that an opponent has scored against Newton, and it evens the score at 1-1 on homecoming. It's a goal that's very much like the one that Newton scored. Loose ball in front of the net. Had the goalkeeper going from goal post to goal post, near side to far side. The loose one in there, and it looked like Palizzetti got on there. Alexandra Palizzetti, that is, sophomore. Getting her stick on that loose ball to tuck it in the far post. See what a home crowd can do for you, especially when they're into it. Not that they weren't before. It was just one of those kinds of things. A little bit of urgency caused a little bit of miscommunication on the back line for the Braves, and Crimson find themselves back in it, trying to be the first team to defeat Newton. Shepard streaking down the far side. It's Paulus in front for Massini. She ends up charging into a defender, and as a result, it goes off of her shin, and it will be a violation or benefiting the Braves. Free hit, winds up hopping over the stick of Olivia Weiss. So now the out-of-bounds play will bring back the ball towards the right side. Slammed away by Conway, then it was corrected in some nice soft hands there by Chanzit. Has Shepard down the near side. Will the ball stay in place? She's able to recover, gonna just softly get it. I think she wanted it a little more mustard on that cross. Conway in the way, and now we'll go back the other way, as looked like there were about to be a nice counter by Kate Barbado, and ball went off a foot now at the top of the circle. Massini in there. She's looking for a foul. She's gonna get it. She ask and you shall receive. Cuomo tries to go backwards with the stick, twirl it around, and ends up going off a foot. Last touch by the Braves, and a little get too close for comfort for Newton right now. As the wind picks up. Cuomo gonna play it all the way back to Connor. Carroll, that is. Far side, it is Emily Weiss. Haven't heard much from her, and on the run she loses her stick after tackle attempt. And she looks to be a little bit shaken up, and that's going to draw an injury timeout. After she was on the run with the ball, and the attempt to get it wound up missing the ball, instead got her in the ankles at least. have another look at it here, and really it's just a bunch of knees getting tangled up there. She lost her stick, and well, maybe worse than it initially looked, but she is sitting up on the far side, and hopefully she's okay after what looked like to be a promising run that could have given the lead back to the Braves. Well, with all their goal attempts counted, maybe having quite a comfortable lead, but just couldn't get the goals legally. So you can also follow Strive on Twitter. Just go to Twitter in the search bar. Get Strive_network. Click the follow button, and you can find out all of what's coming up next about your school, the other schools, all on Strive. Everything coming up this week for Morristown-Beard is in the homecoming in the back of the mind. Bring a little extra energy to some of those games. There's an idea right there. Although it looks like it's gotten a little thinner as of late, but it's still just as loud. So Emily Weiss, tumbling to the ground, is up and okay. So with just under 15 minutes to go here in the game, it's 1-1. First half goal by Newton was looking like it was going to be all they needed. Well, Morristown-Beard had something to say about that. They started to pick up the pace a little bit more once the second half got started, and really it carried all the way to this point. Now it's going to have to hold if the Crimson want to spoil an undefeated season for the Braves right now. And what a time to do it in front of a very nice homecoming crowd. In the waning hours of the last day of September. Be a great way to start off October with a win against an undefeated team that is atop their conference. Far side, now it winds up in the middle, now towards the near side. This is Olivia Weiss. And now the Newton crowd has something to cheer about as that loose ball winds up out of play for a short corner, actually. It will be taken by Hannah Irvey. Defenders to the back line. It's going to be played towards the top, right in the center. Now the one-time attempt, the defender goes for it, and I think that wound up off the stick of Victoria Palisetti, but instead it will wind up going the other way, so the Crimson get a break there on a bounce. The tap in, charging on that play was Barbado. Draws the violation, so it'll be close quarters now as Newton knows what's on the line here. With a go, the shot, one time, and it's in the back of the net. Oh, what a shot and redirect. Wound up in the back of the net. And just like that, a hard whack, and it's back to a one-goal lead for the Braves. I mean, what a hit. I believe that may have gone off the stick of Olivia Weiss. With a blink of an eye, that shot wound up in the back of the net after a play in front, shielding the goalkeeper's eyes. So I don't think Devin Blanchard even saw it. Not much she could do there, but hope that it would hit her. So Massini will restart it. And Newton's undefeated season looks to be very much alive right now. Barbado quickly on the return attack, puts her stick down, gets it, a chunk of it, but Shepard is able to receive the ball on a spinning carom. And now Irby She started it all with that short corner now, and Olivia Weiss swipes at it, got the wrong part of the stick, and now clearing it, at least temporarily out of the way, is Maddie Carroll. Returning to action after suffering a concussion. So reinforcements to the back line for Morristown-Beard, and they've held forward for the most part. It's just a very nice short corner taken by Newton. Shepard is going to have two defenders to beat before she can find some space, and she has Massini off to her left, and the stick winds up getting the arm of Shepard. Now, Conway's going to whack that one in there and try to find Browick, I think, but again, inside part of the stick wound up going the opposite direction of what she intended. Now Cuomo in the middle. She's been quite busy. Roman that. Well, that center third all together. Trying to open up spaces. This time she winds up drawing a free hit. Far side, Carroll gonna take it. Another quick pass inside to Massini. She can't keep it on her stick though. Stepping on either the ball or stick, I think was hard to tell what was stepped on there, but we'll keep going. Stepped on the ball, we may have seen a dead ball. Far side, Emily Weiss. She's got her sister coming up behind her. Now it'll be a free hit after she got stick into the feet. Far side, advantage going to be played, and holding forward on the taking away the angle was Carroll. That's going to wind up being a long corner on the far side. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the second half. 2-1 in favor of the visitors. Loose ball in front, and the whistle's blown before that one winds up in the back of the net. So the whistle gets blown, going to be a short corner. Coming from the near side. Comes, going to be played back short to Jordan Corero. Now the loose ball in the air. It looked like there might have been a stick above the shoulder. It's still loose up in the air, and finally that ball up in the air for such a long time, you'd have to think that there was going to be a whistle blown. So Hannah Irby's going to have another short corner. So now that'll force all of the Crimson to, all but the defenders, to head all the way back to the center line, and then they'll, like a kickoff, will run all the way down and take their positions again as they try to find a second equalizer. Tied it up, and then just minutes later gave up a redirection that wound up behind Devin Blanchard. Heroic trying to find Massini. Took a look over her left shoulder before she decides to take it herself down the right side and tries to go around a defender. Can't quite get around Jasmine Luciani. Nicole Rizzo in there as well. So it winds up going out, will belong to Morristown-Beard. Under 10 minutes to go, actually under 9 now. 2-1 the score. Now taking it is Cuomo. She goes around one defender, trying to go around a second. It goes off her foot and will be headed back the other way. So not quite what was wanted by Morristown-Beard, and now timeout taken. So both coaches are going to try to find, well, first off, Coach Lisa Bechtel's going to try to find a way to either get another goal or keep the defending going for the Braves. They've been pretty solid. Just one little miscue tied the game, but they found themselves a chance to score on a short corner, and they were able to do that on a redirection. But Kate Alderman's going to have to find something that is going to open up some space in front of the net, or at least even then, even if it crunches up, you can maybe find an opening where a goal could come. Sort of all the energy was sucked out of this crowd, but after that goal, but you know, it just, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. You get an equalizer, and then the next thing you know, against a powerful team like Newton, you can't just sit back and relax. They're going to come at you all the time for every reason. So now meetings are done. Be a free hit for the Braves to be taken by Jordan Coiro. She does. It bounces around. Olivia Weiss now with it, with some fancy stick work, trying to go around Borwick, the midfielder. Freshman ends up stepping on it, so now winds up going off the, well, both players wind up touching it. Instead, the first violator will be called for it. The ball wasn't officially in play after that whistle. Orabone tried to feed it towards Reto and Barbado, and that doesn't work. Reaching out for it, Orabone able to get that past a running player, Rivas. In the middle again, now she's trying to find Olivia Weiss. That doesn't work. Victoria Palisetti's got her stick in the way of that. Far side now. Cuomo trying to win possession back for the Crimson, can't do it. Winds up taking a deflection, winds up taking it all the way down the far side over the end line. Under 7.5 minutes to go now. Well, if there wasn't urgency before for Crimson, they have to find it now. Far side hit goes into the middle, bouncing around now. Olivia Weiss has Barbado. Instead it winds up going to the near side corner. Now the backward, or the effectively a backhander by Olivia Weiss, winds up in the air. Barbado ends up having it go off her foot, and I don't think she's happy with the officiating as of late. Since she's come in the second half, she's had a little bit of things to say. Don't blame her, quite frankly. A couple of calls didn't go her way. She got hit in the hand with an errant lifted ball, and then that one goes off her foot. I'm not sure what she's complaining about on that last one, but has to forget about it now as Morristown-Beard tries to find that equalizer for the second time here in the second half. They don't have much time left either. Morabone trying to find Olivia Weiss again. She does that. Now in the middle, chans it for Morristown-Beard. I think was able to draw it there. I thought she had initially stepped on it the way her feet were landing. Cuomo trying to set it in. Oh, and Massini tried to get the ball down initially. The rebound came right back to her, and she missed it with her stick. She fanned on it. Now in the middle, trying to scoop it up and in front of the net for what would have been a great opportunity was Jamie Shepard, and it just wound up not getting all of it. She got sort of the top of the ball with the bottom of her stick, not what she wanted. Under 6 minutes to play. Cuomo weaving her way through traffic again. Finds a diagonal angle to the near side, tries to play it back towards Shepard, and it took a deflection before it got to Shepard, winds up over the end line. Long corner now for Morristown-Beard. Crimson trying to find more open space. They do send bodies forward. So now Cuomo's going to take a big hit trying to find Victoria Palisetti. She's able to get it to call Carroll. Far side, and winds up out of play to the far side. Under 5 minutes to go. So now start to see now that Newton has it. Will they milk this for all it's worth? Quick free hit, and now another violation against Morristown-Beard. Now they'll have a free hit that'll send it to the wrong side if you're Morristown-Beard, but Newton, to their credit, haven't cracked after giving up a goal. One goes errant ball off the foot on the far side. Now Gonna have to hurry it up a little bit more. Massini had it go off of her. I'm not sure how it didn't, or actually that was Cuomo, but how that didn't hit her in the foot, I'm not sure, but regardless, we play on. Chanzit's gonna swipe away at it. She goes around one defender, instead it winds up trying to go forward. Ooh, I'm not sure about that. I thought I saw hands extended by Chanzit, but luckily for the Braves, they have an opportunity wasted here. Now having a word with her, always a not pleasant word is Emma Orabone with the official on the near side. Looks like the umpires are not being Braves' friend right now. And another whistle. 3:35 to go on the scoreboard, and it seems like there's some administrative issue that is. And of course, that administrative issue is you need a ball to play with. So, seemed to be some confusion as to what ball to use or where it was. And, well, now we'll restart here. It's off, ooh, up into the face of Massini. May have actually got her on just the bottom of the nose, may have gotten underneath her face mask. Regardless, the quick restart winds up being intercepted by Chanzit. Takes a deflection off of a body. Now she's going to take it to the corner far side. Going to have a whack at it, trying to send it into a spot where get a shot on. Instead, it winds up going the other way, though. Far side, 3 minutes to go. Be a free hit on the far side for the Braves. We're looking to close it out. A one-goal lead. They gave up their first goal of the year. The second half. Not quite a bit. Don't want to give up a second. Massini eludes two bodies, now trying to go after a third. I'm not sure how she was able to weave through that traffic. She continues to do so. It's poked away. Nice little poked attempt. Able to keep the ball in play. There is Hannah Irvey. Cuomo trying to bounce that around, and now it'll stay in play. Barbado able to get it away from Barbado as Chanzit. She hits it a whack, not there. Now she'll have some space. She'll send one towards the near post. The deflection goes out. It'll be a long corner with exactly 2 minutes to go here in the, well, regulation time. So right now, if you're Morristown-Beard, you're playing for overtime. So what's next? Cuomo has two bodies to get around, hugging the corner. Goes off a foot, free hit at that exact spot. Right along that end line. Cuomo taps it, touches it all the way back, and now having a go, and there would be all kinds of daylight for Olivia Weiss. Could be 2v2 if they hurry, but instead Palizzetti is back and is going to try. Oh, she's flat-footed. Going around there is Barbado. Going to try to waste as much time as she can. As now things have gotten a little more urgent. Now advantage being played, and then the whistle eventually comes for Newton as they look to hold on here in the final minute. Clock continues to roll despite the whistle. And now it'll be a short corner, and with the clock rolling, I suspect that as much time will be wasted here by Morristown-Beard, or for Newton, that is. Morristown-Beard not liking that. Now 30 seconds to go. And the shot attempt is blocked. Now it's still loose in front and winds up going out on the far side post with under 20 seconds to go. This is going to be a final push for Morristown-Beard. They just have to hit it as far as they can, and instead she chunked it. That looks a lot like my short game in golf, but not what Palizzetti wants. And that's going to do it. The last 10 seconds wind up being played in front of the Newton Braves bench, and they are now 8-0 on the year. So that last attack never came, and Morristown-Beard feels like they let one get away after, or at least an overtime game at that. But it just seems they couldn't seem to continue what they were doing in the second half after equalizing. And then just a great play in front of the net on a redirect scores the game winner for Newton. So they will improve to 8-0 overall, still 2-0 in conference play. While Morristown-Beard, they fall down to 5-3. Gonna break here. Be right back with you to wrap it up on the other side here on Strive Network.